Hello and welcome to Senior Wise Journey, your trusted companion on the path to a vibrant and healthy life after 60. I'm so glad you've joined me today. We often hear that walking is the golden ticket to health in our senior years. It's simple, it's accessible, and it's gentle. But what if I told you that some of the most common beliefs about walking are not just incomplete, but potentially holding you back from true wellness? Today, we're going to uncover the 5 biggest myths about walking that have been told for generations. We'll explore why relying solely on this one activity might not be the safest or most effective path to strength, stability, and longevity. My goal isn't to discourage you from walking, far from it. It's to empower you with knowledge, to help you build a smarter, more balanced fitness routine that truly supports your body for all the wonderful years ahead. So grab a comfortable seat and let's start this journey to better health together. Part 1. The myth of walking as the only safe exercise. Let's dive right into our first and perhaps most pervasive myth. The idea that walking is the only truly safe exercise for those of us over 60. It's a belief rooted in good intentions. We want to stay active, but we're also cautious. We've been told to avoid high-impact activities, to listen to our bodies, and to be wary of injury. And in that context, walking seems like the perfect solution. It feels safe, it feels gentle, and because of that, many of us have made it the beginning, middle, and end of our fitness story. But here's the crucial truth. While walking is indeed a low-impact and beneficial activity, believing it's the only safe option is a dangerous oversimplification. This mindset creates a fitness silo, cutting us off from other forms of movement that are not just safe, but absolutely essential for aging gracefully. I'm talking about strength training, flexibility work, and balance and exercises. Why is relying solely on walking insufficient? Think of your body as a complex, beautifully engineered structure, like a house. Walking is like ensuring the hallways are clear and easy to move through. It's important for circulation and basic mobility. But what about the foundation of the house, the structural beams, the electrical wiring? Walking doesn't reinforce the foundation. That's your bone density. It doesn't strengthen the supportive beams. That's your muscle mass. And it doesn't fine-tune the wiring. That's your neuromuscular coordination and balance. When we only walk, we are neglecting these critical systems. Our muscles, particularly the fast twitch fibers responsible for quick reactive movements, like catching yourself before a fall, begin to atrophy. Our joints, without the support of strong surrounding muscles, can become less stable. The video we're discussing today points out that this exclusive reliance on walking can make seniors more vulnerable to injury, falls, and chronic pain. 110. It's a paradox. In an effort to be safe, we might be inadvertently making ourselves less safe. Let's talk about what safe really means in the context of senior fitness. It doesn't mean avoiding all effort or challenge. It means choosing the right challenges and performing them with the right form. Supervised strength training with light weights or resistance bands is incredibly safe and one of the most effective ways to combat sarcopenia, the age-related loss of muscle mass. Gentle yoga or Tai Chi are not only but are champions at improving flexibility and balance, directly reducing fall risk. The real danger isn't in trying these other exercises. It's in not trying them. It's the slow, silent decline that comes from an incomplete fitness routine. It's the gradual loss of strength that makes it harder to get up from a chair, carry groceries, or play with your grandchildren. It's the erosion of balance that turns a simple misstep into a serious injury. So let's redefine safety. Safety is not avoidance. Safety is preparedness. It's building a body that is resilient, strong, and stable. A body that can handle the unexpected. Walking is a wonderful part of that, a cornerstone of daily activity. But it cannot be the entire structure. We must open the door to other forms of movement. In our next section, we'll tackle another major myth, the one about walking in your heart. But for now, let this idea settle. You are capable of more than just walking, and your body will thank you for it. Part 2. The false promise of endless walking for heart health, approx 640 words. We've just busted the myth that walking is the only safe exercise. Now, let's address a belief that's just as common. The idea that walking, and plenty of it, is all you need for a healthy heart. We see it everywhere. Articles praising the benefits of it, 1,000 steps a day. Stories of people walking their way to lower blood pressure. And while there's truth to it, walking is certainly good for your cardiovascular system. It's not the complete picture. The myth lies in the belief that walking alone is sufficient to build and maintain peak heart health as we age. The video we're examining makes a powerful point. Walking by itself may not provide the intensity or the variety needed to adequately challenge your heart. Think of your heart as a muscle. Just like any other muscle in your body, it needs to be pushed beyond its comfort zone to get stronger. A leisurely stroll through the park is pleasant and has its benefits, but it may not be enough to significantly improve your cardiovascular fitness. It keeps the engine idling, but it doesn't truly train it to be more efficient and powerful. To achieve robust heart health, you need to incorporate what exercise physiologists call cardiovascular stress. This doesn't mean dangerous strain. It means activities that get your heart rate up and make you breathe a little heavier. This is what strengthens the heart muscle, improves your body's ability to use oxygen, your VO2 max, and enhances circulation. So, how can we apply this principle without giving up our beloved walks? The key is to introduce variety and intensity. This is where the concept of interval training comes in, and it's perfectly adaptable for walkers. Instead of maintaining the same pace for 30 minutes, try this. 1. Warm-up. Walk at a gentle, easy pace for 5 minutes. 2. Interval. For 1-2 minutes, pick up your pace. Walk briskly, as if you're late for an appointment. You should be able to talk, but only in short sentences. 3. Recovery. Slow back down to your gentle pace for 2-3 minutes. 4. Repeat. Cycle through these intervals of brisk walking and recovery for the duration of your workout. This simple change transforms your walk from a steady-state activity into a dynamic cardiovascular workout. It challenges your heart in a safe, controlled way, leading to greater improvements in heart health than walking at a single day. Furthermore, other activities can and should supplement your walking routine for a truly heart-healthy lifestyle. Consider activities like swimming or water aerobics, which provide excellent cardiovascular benefits with zero impact on your joints. Stationary cycling is another fantastic option. Even certain types of strength training, when performed in a circuit style, moving from one exercise to the next with minimal rest, can elevate your heart rate and provide cardiovascular benefits. The video warns that an over-reliance on walking can leave us vulnerable to heart disease, high blood pressure, and poor circulation. Why? Because if our heart is never truly challenged, it doesn't adapt. It doesn't build the resilience it needs to handle the stresses of life. So let's not abandon our walks. Let's enhance them. Let's see them as one tool in a comprehensive toolkit for heart health. By adding intervals, incorporating other forms of cardio, and remembering that our heart, like all our muscles, thrives on a healthy challenge, we can move beyond the false promise of endless walking and build a truly strong, resilient heart for the years to come. Part 3. The myth that walking prevents all joint pain. All right, We've talked about safety and heart health. Now, let's turn our attention to our joints, our hips, knees, ankles, and shoulders. This brings us to our third major myth: the belief that walking is the ultimate solution for preventing joint pain. The logic seems sound. It's low impact. It keeps the joints moving. And movement is medicine, right? Yes, but it's not that simple. The truth is, while walking can be part of a joint health strategy, relying on it exclusively can actually contribute to problems down the road. The video we're dissecting today highlights a critical flaw in this thinking. Walking doesn't fully strengthen the muscles that support our joints. This is the most important concept to grasp. Think of your knee joint, for example. The stability of that joint doesn't just come from the ligaments and cartilage within it. It comes from the strong muscles surrounding it: your quadriceps, your hamstrings, and your glutes. These muscles act as powerful shock absorbers and stabilizers. When they are strong, they take a tremendous amount of pressure off the joint itself. Walking, however, primarily works our muscles in one specific plane of motion: forward. It doesn't effectively strengthen the muscles on the sides of our hips, like the gluteus medius, which are crucial for pelvic stability and preventing knee pain. It doesn't do much for our core, which supports our entire posture. Over time, this can lead to uneven muscle development. The muscles you use for walking get relatively strong, while the essential stabilizing muscles remain weak. This imbalance is where the trouble starts. As the video points out, this can increase stress on the joints. Your body is a master of compensation. When the primary stabilizing muscles are weak, other smaller muscles and the joint structures themselves have to pick up the slack. This can lead to strain, inflammation, and eventually, the very chronic pain you were trying to avoid. It's like trying to keep a tall mast stable with only 2 guide wires instead of the 4 it was designed for. Sooner or later, the strain will become too much. So, what's the solution? It's not to stop walking. It's to start strengthening. We need to incorporate exercises that target these crucial, often neglected stabilizing muscles. This doesn't require a gym membership or heavy equipment. Simple body weight exercises can be incredibly effective. For hip strength, exercises like side leg raise, clamshells, and glute bridges are fantastic. These directly target the muscles that stabilize your pelvis and protect your knees. For core strength, gentle exercises like pelvic tilts and bird dog poses can build a strong foundation, improving your posture and reducing strain on your back and hips. For flexibility, we also need to curve flexibility. Tight muscles can pull joints out of alignment. Gentle stretching for your hamstrings, hip flexors, and calves after a walk can make a world of difference. By building a foundation of strength and flexibility around our walking routine, we change the entire equation. Walking is no longer an activity that slowly wears on our joints. It becomes an activity supported by a strong, stable muscular framework. You'll find you can walk further with less pain and with more confidence. You're not just moving, you're moving with support. Let's leave behind the myth that walking alone is enough for our joints and embrace a more complete approach, one that builds us up from the inside out. Part 4. The false belief in walking for overall fitness. We've now debunked specific myths about safety, heart health, and joints. This brings us to a broader, more encompassing myth. Our fourth one: the belief that walking alone is enough to be considered fit. Many of us feel a sense of accomplishment after a daily walk, and we should. It's a wonderful habit. But if that walk is the only physical activity we're doing, we may be falling into the trap of having a false sense of fitness. The video touches on this when it explains that walking, especially at a leisurely pace, may not sufficiently challenge the cardiovascular system to improve lung capacity and blood circulation. but it goes even deeper than that. True, holistic fitness is composed of several key pillars, and walking, while valuable, only significantly contributes to one of them. Let's break down the main pillars of physical fitness. 1. Cardiovascular endurance. This is the ability of your heart and lungs to supply oxygen to your body during sustained physical activity. Walking definitely helps here, but as we discussed, it often needs an intensity boost to be truly transformative. 2. Muscular strength. This is the ability of your muscles to exert force. It's what allows you to lift a bag of groceries, push open a heavy door, or could get up from the floor. Walking provides very little stimulus for building strength, especially in the upper body and core. 3. Muscular endurance. This is the ability of your muscles to perform continuous work without fatiguing. While related to strength, this is more about stamina. Walking builds endurance in your leg muscles, but not elsewhere. 4. Flexibility. This is the range of motion in your joints. It's what allows you to bend down to tie your shoes or reach for something on a high shelf. Walking does not improve flexibility. In fact, repetitive motion without stretching can sometimes lead to tightness. 5. Balance. This is your ability to maintain your center of gravity, whether you're standing still or moving. While walking does challenge your balance to some degree, it doesn't train it in the varied ways needed to prevent falls, especially when you're surprised by an uneven surface or a sudden trip. When you look at these 5 pillars, you can see that relying solely on walking leaves some major gaps in your overall fitness. You can be a dedicated daily walker and still have poor upper body strength, tight hamstrings, and precarious balance. This isn't a criticism of walking. It's a call to see fitness in a more complete way. The danger of this myth is that it can lead to complacency. We think, I walk every day, so I'm doing enough. But enough for what? Is it enough to remain truly independent as we age? Is it enough to have the strength and energy to rival and pursue hobbies and play with our grandchildren with vigor? Is it enough to build a body that is resilient against illness and injury? For most of us, the answer is no. To build true, life-enhancing fitness, we need to address all the pillars. This is where creating a well-rounded weekly routine becomes so important. It might look something like this. 3 to 5 days a week, your cardiovascular activity, walking, swimming, cycling. Try to include those intensity intervals we talked about on a couple of those days. 2 to 3 days a week, non-consecutive. Strength training. This could be a body weight exercise, resistance bands, or light weights. Aim to work all major muscle groups. Most days of the week. Flexibility and balance work. This doesn't have to be a long session. Just 5 to 10 minutes of stretching after your walk or practicing standing on one foot while you wait for the kettle to boil can make a huge difference. This may sound like a lot, but it's about working smarter, not just harder. By embracing a holistic view of fitness, we've moved beyond the simple act of walking and begin to truly cultivate a body that is strong, capable, and ready for everything life has to offer. Part 5. The myth that walking prevents all age-related decline. We have arrived at our 5th and final myth, and it's the most profound one. It's the unspoken belief that if we just keep walking, we can hold back the tide of aging. It's the idea that walking is our shield against all the joint and muscle issues that can come with getting older. But as the video wisely explains, this simply isn't true. Walking primarily works specific muscles, leaving others underused, which can lead to stiffness, muscular imbalance, and an increased risk of falls. This myth is about the limitations of specialization. Imagine a factory where the workers on the assembly line only ever perform one specific task. They might get very efficient at that one task, but their other skills would fade. their bodies would adapt to that single motion, leading to repetitive strain in some areas and weakness in others. Our bodies are no different. When we only walk, we are essentially putting our body on a single task assembly line. The forward motion of walking is great for our calves, hamstrings, and quads. But what about the other critical muscle groups? The upper body, our back, chest, shoulders, and arms get almost no workout from walking. This is why we can be avid walkers but still struggle to carry a suitcase or lift a grandchild. A strong back is essential for good posture, which in turn affects everything from our breathing to our balance. The core, as we've mentioned, our deep abdominal and back muscles are our body's stabilizing center. Walking doesn't engage them in a significant way. A weak core is a primary contributor to lower back pain and poor balance. The stabilizing muscles, the smaller muscles around our hips and ankles that are responsible for side-to-side and rotational stability, are largely ignored during a straightforward walk. Weakness here is a direct line to an increased risk of falls and sprains. This muscular imbalance is one of the key drivers of age-related physical decline. It's not just about losing muscle, it's about losing it unevenly. This can lead to changes in our gait, increased stiffness in our joints, and a general feeling of fragility. We might start to feel less confident on our feet, avoiding uneven ground or crowded places. We are, in effect, slowly shrinking our world, all while thinking our daily walk is protecting us. So, how do we combat this? The answer, as we've been building toward throughout our conversation, is variety. We must consciously choose to move in all the ways our bodies were designed to move. Push and pull. Incorporate exercises that involve pushing, like wall push-ups, and pulling, like using a resistance band to simulate rowing. This builds upper body strength. Twist and bend. Gentle rotational exercise, like torso twists while seated, can maintain spinal mobility. Learning to bend and lift properly, using your legs, not your back, is a functional skill that requires practice. Move side to side. Don't just walk forward. Practice sidestepping or grapevine steps. This awakens those hip stabilizers that are so crucial for balance. The goal is to create a body that is uniformly strong and mobile, not just specialized for walking. It's about maintaining our movement vocabulary. The more movements we can perform comfortably and confidently, the more independent and capable we will remain. Walking is a beautiful life-sustaining rhythm. It should be the baseline of our daily activity. But it cannot be our only song. By adding the harmony of strength, the melody of flexibility, and the cadence of balance, we create a symphony of movement that can truly protect us, strengthen us, and carry us forward with grace and power into our best years. And so, we've walked through these 5 common myths together. We've learned that while walking is a wonderful foundation, it cannot be the entire structure of our health. True wellness in our senior years isn't about finding one single, perfect exercise. It's about creating a balanced, holistic routine that honors and challenges our bodies in all the ways they need. The key takeaway today is empowerment. You are not limited to just walking. Your body is capable of becoming stronger, more flexible, and more balanced right now. The lesson is to embrace variety. Add strength training to protect your bones and muscles. Add flexibility work to keep your joints mobile. Add balance exercises to keep you steady on your feet. By doing this, you transform walking from a simple activity into one part of a powerful strategy for a long, healthy, and independent life. You are building a body that is not just moving, but is resilient and ready for any adventure. Thank you for joining me on the Senior Wise journey today. If you found this information helpful, please give this video a like and share it with someone you care about. And be sure to subscribe to the channel and click the bell so you never miss a step on our journey to wellness together. Until next time, stay active, stay wise, and stay well.